Hello, John Britt here. I'm going to try to show you another little variation I got from doing a glaze run here and some interesting things to try for future decorating. I kind of doing this so that I can show you it's not just the recipe that you get or the chemistry of it, it's the application and how you use wax and how you apply like a wash and stuff, and how then you can find and adapt and make new combinations from that. So it's pretty much endless, but this will help us focus on one glaze. So what I've got here, what happened was I have this black glaze and it's a nice satin, and so here's the recipe. It's called John Satin Black. I made it from a base and then we had it at a workshop, and then I thought it was nice, so I thought I'd try it out. And I used 5% Mason Black. The tile here has 8%, just so you know, so you can vary it, make it a little darker if you want. Okay, so then the next glaze we'll talk about today will be this called Seltzer Chun 2. It's called. So I forgot to put that on there. Seltzer Chun 2. It's in the book. Let me write that on there. Okay, so this is the recipe. And then here's the colorants I added. I just added iron, 0.5%. And I did not use bentonite, but you probably should because it's no clay in the recipe and it's kind of hard to work with. Okay, so what I did here was I had this. I glazed the inside of this with probably it was a tea dust temaku inside there, and then I let it sit overnight. Then I dipped the bottom in black. I waxed the bottom and dipped the bottom in black satin. Then I waxed it 3 lines, and then I dipped it in this Chun 2 recipe, and it came out like this. It's very nice, semi-gloss. Got some blue in there. It runs nice, and it also runs nice inside here. It looks like a floating blue. So this is all Cone 6 electric, by the way. Okay, so then what happened is I thought, well, what if I try some of this combination and wax it, but first put on, just do the black on the bottom here to keep it from running. You see how the black will catch this glaze from running off? And so then what I did the black to like right here. Then I painted this part all with Cobalt Wash. And here was my Cobalt Wash recipe. It's just cobalt and Guernsey borate 50-50, and I just painted it on. Then I dipped it in the Chun 2. And first I did 2 wax lines. That caused this unevenness, and it also causes the cobalt to try to go into the glaze mix, but it's streaky. It makes it streaky because it's not in the glaze. It's under it. So I thought that was a nice combination. So what I always do after I do this stuff is I will then try a whole bunch. And so I did that with this one, which came out pretty good. I did this one, but I forgot to paint the wax lines. But that's even nice too. And this is on a frost clay, but I dipped it in terracige to make it brown down here, and I'll tell you about that in 1 minute. But I thought that was nice too, so maybe even the waxing is not that necessary. And then I did it. So here's the kind of variation you get. It's not always going to be the exact same, and it depends on how thick the glaze is. The interior of this is called Seafoam, and it's in the book. Let's see, yeah, so those are some versions of that. Here's another version. Then what I did was I thought, well, what if I like the cobalt on there, what if I just do iron wash? And I did that. But the problem is that this feels really rough. And so that's how I came to the idea of the terracige. I put that on, and now this feels really nice. It gives you the iron look. But what was interesting is that glaze just sort of ate up the iron in there and caused it to be tan here, and then pool, and then brown and tan, and so I thought that was a pretty nice combination of things. All right. So that is a version of how to get an idea of just a couple glazes, try it, make adaptations, find some interesting things, and then you can develop a whole body of work this way. All right? So if you make like about 200 of those by tomorrow, and then come back. All right, thank you.